Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally!
What? You got what?
Look at this photograph.
The photo I took?
The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart.
So?
This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat! Yet you claim that you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How?
What? What?
Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please! Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself! Miss Hart.
What?
Could you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. How Edgeworth was seen.
You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked out with my binoculars. See, no problem.
You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. So, how could you see Edgeworth?
Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me.
Oh, now, Phoenix, that isn't true.
Come on now. You do make yourself difficult to love, though, I'll say that. Your camera?
Yeah, it's got an automatic.
The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Ugh, she's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars.
Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct?
Well, yeah.
Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain, considering it's the camera that took a photo of the alleged crime happening. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright? Do you wish to press further about the camera? Yes. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow. Maybe I went a little overboard there. I actually don't know what I'm talking about. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you.
Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing.
Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect.
Now, wait a minute.
Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. No unnecessary comments, please.
If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean?
Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him?
I did. Yeah.
Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie! Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake! You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart! Don't just tell me you're astronomically challenged, too! Oh!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? This stupid shit. Miss Hart, this is what you're trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster?
Trying to figure out if I can... Can I just use the article again? I'm gonna try it. The proof is this article about Gordy the lake monster. According to this article, when Gordy breaks through the water, it makes a loud noise. Which is why you set up your camera with that microphone. You had it set to respond to loud noises. And that's how you got this picture when the pistol fired.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Don't give me that crap. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So, smart boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist.
Hey!
But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I just made up a whole bumpkiss of lies, which certainly proves my reliability as a witness in court, I have to say. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what she said. Hope to fry. It's not the usual one.
Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense is right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... why? Was there a contradiction? Yeah, I was just thinking that because it does feel pretty similar the way that Manfred keeps trying to stop him from cross-examining and Van Zieks keeps trying to stop you from doing a summation examination. Like, oh, this is stupid. Oh, this is unnecessary. Oh, you don't have to do that. Which, of course, just makes the defense go even more. Excuse you, I'm allowed. Shut up. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Very funny. You don't have the right to say that. You're not Edgeworth. You haven't been going up against me. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, if Manfred had to go through a summation examination, I think all the hair would fall off his head. Then what manner of person are you? No, don't answer that. I'll answer for you. A perjurer.
I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything.
An investigative photographer?
Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what?
What?
There was a UFO just hanging out in the sky.
A UFO?
You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer.
I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career, but that's hard. It's also kind of a shaky career. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy?
Heck yeah. They even had him up on the TV.
I'm not sure that appearing on the local news' Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe.
Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera?
Yep. Borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang,
it snaps a shot.
Yep.
So, how many pictures has it taken so far?
The only time the camera triggered was that night.
I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake.
Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors.
Competitors?
Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop.
Yeah, like you're not a second-rate shutterbug yourself. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth?
Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet.
I mean, yeah, he said that himself.
Exactly what sort of sound was it?
Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected.
There wasn't much else to look at?
Yep.
I don't know. If she heard a bang, and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat.
What? What'd I do now? What are you giving me that look for?
Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue!
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there.
Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time?
Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore, neither.
We better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Like, is it just this again? Okay. This is the thing that always trips me up the most, when they just want you to present the same thing like 3 times in a row, basically. It's like, this is silly. Come on. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat?
What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it.
I agree. Any normal person would. Thankfully, we've established for this court already that you are not a normal person. But, yeah, like I just said, far from normal. The least normal. Just to make it clear, I've hardly seen a bigger freak in this court, and I just described to the court some months ago about what a freak Maya was. Yeah, this is that times 10.
What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? Put your deeks up, mister! I'm ready to pop you one right here, right in front of God and everybody!
You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought.
Ah!
Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testify that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing.
Ah!
Well?
Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart! Are you saying that you are not watching the boat, then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really, except for all the fibs and lies I done told. But if you accept all those, I wasn't fibbing. I was just... I thought, I could be witness to a murder and all.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, do you think Gordy is out there? Yeah. Gonna laugh my ass off when we get back to investigations.
I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat until now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what?
What was she gonna say? She took the photo, and what? If I thought about it, I could probably remember that I was told what she was gonna do with it, but Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who was shooting. That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. Yeah, that's so fucking childish. Shut your pie hole. You know, honestly, I feel like that fact probably speaks a lot to why his children proteges are kind of childish too. She said it'll drop the quality on Mike, but should let us see who's who. Oh yeah, I remember. I used my powers of memories this time instead of just temporarily forgetting. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth, or worse. But on the upside, unless I do something, it'll be prison for Edgeworth anyway. So that really doesn't actually make it much of a dilemma. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Taken automatically on December 25th at 12:15 a.m. Lake photo added to the court record. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement. You got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo. Somewhere. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'm just double checking my... Yeah, right. Yep. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? Yeah. I've always found it hilarious the way that Ace Attorney depicts people not being clearly seen, because it's not that their features are indistinct, they just straight up don't have them! It just always tickles me. I'm not sure I understand. Yes, I do remember. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Wow, what an accomplished left hand. Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo. Oh, he said ergo. He said ergo like someone else would say. That's fun. The man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Yeah, I think it was Godot's wifey who did a cosplay of Polly because she's just shown as a silhouette. And it was very funny. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? You know, I love how you could say Larry. I mean, the game would reject it, but he was there. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet! There is no way it could have been suicide. You know, it's funny to me because I don't think that boat was very long. But what do I know? Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Time of death, sometime on the 24th or 25th. Shot from approximately 1 meter away. Autopsy report updated in the court record. You know, that's funny. I didn't realize that this was a second updated autopsy report moment. Edgeworth really did learn everything from him. I see. Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. December 26th, 1:15 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew. That was a close one. Very reassuring of you to say, Wright. Hey! Don't you have anything to say? No. I have yet to be declared innocent, Wright. Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look! I did not kill him! I was just kidding around. No, you weren't. Bitch, shut up. Look. I'm gonna go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? Quite possibly. It might. The theory is untested. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight on December 25th. Lotta's deposition added to the court record. To be continued. And since we've hit to be continued, and since the internet's been dumb and stuff's been difficult to stream, I know it's kind of been a short one, all things considered, but I feel like that's just going to be an appropriate place to leave off. Hopefully things are less stupid next weekend. And it does kind of just feel natural to be like, okay, whole investigation segment, whole trial segment, whole investigation, you know. I think taking things at a good pace is going to be of essence now, especially since there's some stuff happening in the court that I'm actually not remembering clearly all the way in terms of presenting evidence. So yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for looking at my Pokemon too. I'm really proud of all my little guys. Jeez, man, you really got to feel for a guy whose life circumstances have been such that he can't even get himself to say thank you. Like, that's brutal. I mean, you can definitely... It's definitely easy to fill in the gaps, though, when you see what the fuck Manfred von Karma is like. Yeesh. Alright, well, I will see you guys tomorrow for Silk Song. Take care.